understanding each other's style of play, I guess.
So we have the Taiku Scottish Exiles, Samurai, to kick off with that Japanese-style shirt. The Scottish guys avoiding the clash and wearing an interesting mauve-coloured shirt. So a lot of quality in both sides. The Taiku Scottish Exiles, a number of the players play with the Hong Kong Scottish here, and but one or two players in from the Scottish Sevens team. One or two players looking down the team list, experienced Scotland under-20. One or two players, Kiwis, Francis Smith from the Crusaders. So it's not a bad side, the Taiku Scottish Exiles. And right from the off, kick goes long. So we'll come back and ball to the Taiku Scottish Exiles.
It looked like it was a man in front of the kicker actually down there, Russell. So unfortunately, but yeah.
So the Exiles taking the ball into contact. That's Josh Dowsing holding on to that. Bryn Phillips, a Welshman with a Scottish shirt on, and another charge by Josh Dowsing, been very prominent in these first minutes or so. Big hit there, and ball's gone forward, and momentum completely lost with that hit.
With that hit, yeah. Ball goes over to the Samurais for the first time in the game.
Yeah, big hit there by, I think it was Luke Crocker. And well, there's one or two smiles amongst the players as they wait for the ball to be returned. So 10 is Paolo Odwu from England. He's played for Leicester Tigers. And some technicalities in the setup of the scrum.
Yeah, the scrums have been a big factor in some of these games. As I say, you've got a 5-man push with a 4-man and a 1-man hook. So
Dogwu to put it in. Scrum not very stable, but he's managed to recover it. Moves it out wide, space on the left side. Big, powerful hit up the centre there by Jappy Nell, the big South African. Through the hands, coming back inside, run into some traffic there. Josh Downing again making a good tackle. I think pulling back a shirt there. And a penalty to the Scottish Exiles.
Scrum down actually, Andrew Russell. So scrum down to the Exiles.
I'm going to have to watch the TV as opposed to the team sheets here.
I know, yeah.
Trying to do 3 things at once. The Scottish scrum, though, the last one looked as if they had a bit of a push on the Samurai. So, well, the Samurai look a fairly big pack.
Big units, yes.
Let's see how this one goes.
That's fairly steady.
Ball in and out there by Bryn Phillips. Through the hands, pulled down in the midfield. Bryn Phillips again, and a penalty and a quick tap, and away goes the big figure of Oscar Hirst-Douglas, powering his way through, and it took a very good tackle by Sam Hocking to pull him down. Another penalty, a neck tackle.
I'd still like to see a little bit of, even though it's a head-high tackle, still like to see a bit of
through that gap. The Scottish defence having to work hard to cover those spaces. 15 Wynard Pinar. Dink into the corner there, but it's going to go into touch. And the Scots, a little bit of breathing after quite a bit of pressure there inside the 22.
Yeah, Russell, I'd like to have seen a little bit of advantage played there with the referee rather than a whistle down, but I still, it's still giving a still ball to the Samurai team.
It was a tremendous run by Hirst Douglas. And there's Dowsing in the line out, recovering that. And finding a bit of territory upfield here, and this could... Oh, it's a perfect kick.
And a great exit kick from the Exiles, for the Scottish Exiles.
So, an opportunity now for the Scottish Exiles.
We were talking early on today then, Russell, about whether the exit plan would be a good kick or keep the ball in hand, so that seemed to be one of the best ones we've had today.
Against some of the stronger sides, it's worth doing these exit kicks. Again, there's Douglas showing a lot of power in there. And the referee penalising the Scottish Exiles. Quite a number of infringements so far by the Scots.
That would look like it was for offside. So.
And it's likely Cameron Cowell, who is part of the England under-20s.
And the ball's not found touch, which
quick
is...
takeaway. No. Maybe a drive through, good tackle there. And a lot of pressure now on the scrum half. Bryn Phillips. Ali Nardoni plays scrum half, and another good exit kick. And again, finding touch. So it looks like the tactics by the Scottish Exiles is to keep the ball up in the Samurai half. Quick throw in. No.
Well, that's it. So most of the teams have played with the sweeper at the back, and I think the Samurais are paying the price at the first part of the game here, with obviously not having that sweeper.
The line out well taken there by Marlon Al-Jubouri, the Australian, so the American international. And a bit of an accidental collision there. 9 is Paolo Adogwu. And popped off the floor, Adogwu penalised. And so far, the Samurai side have not been able to really get into full gear here. Another accurate kick into the corner. And on this occasion, the Scottish Exiles have an opportunity. Still no score. 3 minutes gone in the first half of this match. And the man responsible for throwing this in is Francis Smith, who has a bit of experience with the Crusaders in New Zealand and has played with the Cook Islands Sevens in his time. The referee looking for a gap. Now an opportunity for the Scottish Exiles. Dowsing gets it, and the rolling maul is on, and the Samurai managed to delay it, but it looks as if it's over, and a try. And number 5, Ewan Miller, who plays with Watsonians in Scotland, opens the account for the Taikoo Scottish Exiles. A very well-worked line-out, Robin.
Yeah, the good old standard 5 metres from the line, and there was no competition from the Samurai team. Allowed them to catch that ball without any competition, and set up that maul and drive.
And Gregor McNeish adds the extras. A Scot who a lot of experience. Heriots, played with the Scottish club 15s, and probably a little bit of a surprise with the Samurai being one of the top-rated sides. But we've still got a long way to go in this match. The Exiles winning the ball back. Cowell, ball inside there by McNeish, and a good powerful run. Opportunity here. Ooh. Good tackle across, but continuity. Ben Madgwick gets down there. Cowell moves it across. Oh, he needs to release that earlier. Quick ball, and it's been slowed up. There's Dowsing's gone in to protect it, Cowling. Big 3 is Sam Hawking. holding on in the ground, and it's going to be a penalty infringement. So an opportunity missed there by the Scottish Exiles.
That was an interesting moment there, because I didn't see a clear and obvious release, but
and here's a big powerful run here. This is Joe Tomlinson, pulled down fantastically there by Kane Bukat. Out wide, looks as if it was a knock forward there.
Knock forward and into touch.
The Scottish Exiles survive that threat, but they had a very good opportunity with the Samurai stretched at the other end just a few moments before.
They were, yes, as I say, but what a great counter-attack from the Samurai. They got an opportunity with a quick tap, and they took that opportunity and went. So, key factor in the game is, you know, quick on your feet, quick taps and go. Keep that ball alive before the other team has a chance to reset.
So a big scrum here for the Scottish Exiles. And Bryn Phillips has the ball.
As we said, we've seen the exit plan in the earlier stages was the kick down, and it looks like the Samurai boys have put in a sweeper now to counteract that. So
Bryn Williams
we'll see
got
how
it
they do.
And knocks it into touch as we have half-time. And Robin, a very successful first half for the Scottish Exiles. They probably wouldn't have expected to be in front at this stage, but they've played very well, very strongly, and taken the chances, whereas Samurai don't look to have gelled so far in this first half.
Not as well as I'd like we've seen it, say, in previous years, but they're getting there, and yeah, it's a pretty even sort of game at the moment. So it's going to be an interesting second half.
It is, and one would expect the Samurai to lift the game in the second half.
It'll be interesting to see what tactics they employ, I say, to be honest with you. And we've noticed in a lot of the games on today, they haven't actually spread the ball from side to side, using the 5 meters and swinging the ball across. It's happened to maybe one phase, and then it's gone back and it's been mishandled or drop pass or forward pass. So we haven't seen that continuity where we see in a lot of the top teams moving the ball from side to side. And obviously, with that in mind, then the gaps will open. Obviously, the team with the ball will then hopefully create those spaces for the players to slide on through.
And the Scottish half-back pairing with the Welshman Bryn Phillips and the Scotsman Gregor McNeish has been quite effective so far. Bryn Phillips has been very active, protected the ball, but I'm sure we're going to see a very strong second half from Samurai International. A warm welcome if you're just tuning in on either Now TV or on YouTube. Welcome to the GFI Hong Kong 10s. This is day one of what will be a fascinating two-day 10s tournament, one of the best tournaments of 10s in the world, and with each year passing since 1986, when it was first inaugurated, this 10s tournament has grown in stature, and the quality of players that have come up to play in this tournament has risen as well. Big take there by Maran Al-Jaboui. And hands on the floor there by Francis Smith, who probably should have known better. And the referee having a word in Francis Smith's ears. And it will be Cameron Cowell to find touch, which he achieves. And there's quite a sense of anticipation building up around the stadium, with the Scots leading one of the favoured sides by 7-0. And they will be keen to disrupt here, and they've disrupted here, and Bryn Phillips looks to dart his way through, find a little hole there. Taken down there by Al-Jaboui. Distributed, Gregor McNeish again looking for touch and territory, and another fine kick. Very good, clever play by the half-back pairing.
As I say, yeah, we've been noticing the kicking game, but the kicking game that we've been playing earlier on today was straight down the park. So this looks like it's quite a smart move here by the Scottish, who are slowing the game down and putting it to touch. So interesting whether they compete here in the line-out. And that has. They've got themselves a free kick on the back of that.
An unnecessary mistake there. And Phillips, again, dancing. And McNeish gets hit hard in the tackle there. The Scots retain possession. Jamie Pincott, Hong Kong national, driving up the centre there. Good recycle. And McNeish again, a little kick, and this one could pop up nicely. Causes a bit of trouble for the Samurai there. That's the Scots penalised, and an opportunity for a counter-attack. Two very big fens there by the tall figure of Oscar Hurst-Douglas. And the ball's been recycled. Adrian Curry.
Well, that was well played to stay in there. I'll have to have a look at that one again. It looked like he kept his feet in play, but obviously the linesman thinks differently.
Well, our Dutch linesman on this near side is the adjudicator of that one. But at last we saw some real power there from Hurst-Douglas. We haven't seen much of him in the first half, but he fended very well on two occasions and made some territory. So we're 3 minutes into the second half, and the Scottish Exiles are leading Samurai by 7-0, and we've just had the return to the field of Gerris Edbrecht. Again, Josh Dowsing causing a lot of problems for the Samurai line-out.
He's looking like the Samurai line-out is not so comfortable, and I think the Scottish Exiles are making them pay for that, with a lot of pressure on that particular line-out. On
that occasion, it was Kane Bukat, who is the captain, who was not able to get a good throw in on that one. So we have the Scots wearing the purple shirts, and a Welshman with the ball in his hands, Bryn Phillips. And he has been the standout player in this match so far. Second half of this final pool game, and that was a good tackle there by Hursk Richards. And an opportunity now for Cameron Cowell, putting it in the hands of Jaburi, the big American, big powerful burst down the centre. Again, here's Cowell. He's got a big runner out wide, and he's been hit very hard in the tackle there, Hurst-Douglas.
And a slight talk back for the referee has given them given the Scottish side a penalty.
So Gregor McNeish taking his time to work out exactly where the kick would be, running the clock down, and thus far his kicking has been extremely accurate. And that is another good kick by the former Heriots player. And we are into the 5th minute, and at this stage the Scottish Exiles remain in good shape. Again, another good take off the top there by Kane Bukat, and this rolling maul is racing forward. Samurai struggling with that technical aspect, still moving it forward, and the ball's been dropped there, and unfortunate after such a good rolling maul, probably one of the best ones we've seen.
That's probably the best maul of the game, or the best maul of the tournament so far.
It was
at least 10 metres down the park, so
it was going at some speed as well, but unfortunately
I'd have to look at my rule book to find out what that penalty was for, but I'm sure there was a reason why, but could not see it on the screen.
Engelbrecht, the big number 3, putting some power into that. Big drive up the centre there, knocked backwards, and there's Engelbrecht again, and Pincott does enough to get him down. Loose ball now, opportunity here for the Scottish Exiles, and jumping in on that is Ben Madgwick, and totally wrapped up now Jamie Pincock. I think the referee's going to penalise him for not releasing, and Engelbrecht again powering up the centre there, the big South African.
He's not looking for spaces. I think he's bounced off every single player in the team actually so far.
So Cowell now opening it out wide, bit of space, big power on the right-hand side. Looked as if it went forward there.
Oh, there's a drop there.
15 is Chris, and the ref. I think the linesman finally saw it and got it through the earpiece.
And the Scottish Exiles defence is looking very strong at the moment. Yeah, it's difficult for any line breaks yet, but
the referee explaining to Luke Crocker that decision as the game went on. It's a big looking pack now. The Samurai have thrown on the heavy artillery, a lot of weight amongst that. The back line of that, Oscar Hurst Douglas. And this will be an important scrum to win. And again, Gregor McNeish, exit strategy. This one's not going into touch, but it's taking out a lot of territory. And Cowell decides he has many options. And if that's kept, and Gregor McNeish again, and there's Kane Bukat, the captain, who's carried the ball well in the first half. Nice little dancing, stepping run there by Chris Kinloch. Normally a winger, but it's coming back at the Scots. Important to defend at this point. And again, there's good continuity by Samurai, and there's an opportunity opening up. Taking the territory. That's Dan Moore, Canadian, punching up that far side. Scots have now got their line back up. And a penalty against the Scots. Again, Engelbrecht going to take this early and crash it up the centre.
Looked like we need to see the clear and obvious
two
release
tackles
there
to stop him. He stopped a second time there by Sam Hocking. Got the space out wide here, an overlap. But the forward decides not to take it. They've gone very narrow. It's come back inside though. Tim Streether. It's a good tackle in there again by Kane Bukas.
The referee's gone for the card in the pocket, I'm afraid.
And a bit of a disaster now. Sam Hocking has been given a yellow card, and with 1 minute remaining, the Scots have their work cut out here. Big charge by Engelbrecht, the South African. Knocked back in the tackle, and that is a fantastic outcome for the Scots. Sione Valanau taking the ball into contact, and Gregor McNeish taking all the time he needs. And at this stage, it looks like we might have an upset. So we've gone past the 10-minute mark. The referee prepared to have one final play. The line out to the Taiku Scottish Exiles, who are on the verge of quite a sizable upset here in the pool. The pool stages, Samurai were rated third in this tournament, and this has been an upset. Vitally important here now. Ben Madgwick of Kowloon gets a quality throw in here. Sorry, it's Francis Smith. Quality through Bukat, and it's kicked into touch. Although the referee has decided there's more time here, and we've got a line out. There's some miscommunication there. There's the Scots believing that the line out was the final play, So now they've got to defend. The 9 men against the 10. Big charge down the center. That's Engelbrecht. And it's been stolen by Dowsing, but it's loose again on the Samurai side. Cowling out wide.
So there's some great
Ball's
defense going on.
been lost there. Hurst Douglas slowing it down. Cowling. And a big charge by Djibouti up the middle, the American. Again, valiant defense by the Scots, another penalty. And I suspect we're going to have another card here. And I think it might be Josh Downing who's getting that card. No one's left the field as yet, although he's gone off to the back of the posts. So, and that's Bukats is over that ball and he's stolen it. It's a fabulous steal. He's jackled that, and providing they can get this clear, and McNish will take it into touch, and a fantastic and unexpected victory by the Taikoo Scottish Exiles, turning over one of the favourites, Samurai International, by 7 points to 0. A fantastic performance by the Scots.
That was a great performance by the Scots, and it was actually the unfortunately that the Samurais could have won that.